The Lovers Pentacle 3, Chapter 26, The High Priestess. The following day was Christmas, and since he had slept well, he awoke early in the morning. He took a quick shower before eating a small breakfast. He fed the animals before looking for something to watch. When he found nothing, he brought out his sketch pad. He looked at the bouquet of flowers. They were just as pristine as ever. He placed the vase with the bouquet on the floor next to him, and this made it easier to sketch the flowers from up high. It was then when he realized that there was something missing. The monkey orchids were gone. Thibaut had shown an interest in the flowers, and cats were known to eat grass sometimes, and he worried that Thibaut might have eaten the orchids while he slept. And after doing a quick Yahoo search, he was relieved to discover that all orchids were safe for cats. And even if Thibaut had eaten the orchid, it wasn't likely that he would have gotten sick from them. He gave his final touches to his sketch using as reference the first photograph he took of the bouquet. And he took an umbrella for his morning walk. The sky was pitch black, and it seemed like it was going to rain at any moment. Marmalade wasn't in a walking mood, so he was carrying about the dog in his arms, and every so often she would lick Kain on the cheek. When he arrived to the beach, he frowned when he saw a man sitting on his spot, and there was something familiar about the stranger, and Kain couldn't remember where he had seen that face before, and he sat with his words a couple of meters away from the stranger, and Marmalade turned her head to glare at the stranger, and the man sat up, and Marmalade started growling. The man took a few steps towards Kain, and Marmalade answered by barking, and the Chihuahuas joined Marmalade, and soon all of his dogs were barking. They are probably nervous because I am nervous, thought Kain. He wore his headset to listen to classical music, and he brought out his sketchbook, and he remembered the nightmare he had a few days ago, and he started sketching the portrait of the man with the hawk face. And he yahooed the description of such a creature. The god Horus came up in the search result. Horus was the god of healing and protection. So if I see Horus in my dreams, there is nothing to be afraid of, thought Kain. The clouds departed close to noon, and with the clouds gone, the sun shone in all of its majestic glory. He hadn't needed the umbrella after all. He walked at quite a slow pace, and his arms were sore from carrying about Marmalade, and she was going to have to use her legs whether she wanted to or not. An impatient Thibaut would stop and turn his head every 5 seconds. It didn't matter how much he hissed and meowed, Marmalade wasn't going to walk any faster. He got a phone call from Malik, and he was waiting in line for a ride, and to pass the time he called Kain. And his friends asked, "Do you have any big plans for Christmas Eve?" "I might skinny dip in the pool tonight," said Kain. "You could invite over that lady cop you like," said Malik. "Lola's busy with her work, busy with her spouse," said Kain, remembering the wedding ring. "You didn't ask her if she was a widow," asked Malik. "That isn't something you ask of someone," said Kain as his ears turned red. "Look, Kain, it is not as if you're asking her to fuck. Just ask her about the wedding ring already," insisted Malik. "I'd rather not. I do not want her to think that I'm interested. Even if I am a bit curious, it probably won't work out. The woman I like leave me, and the first one that wanted to stay was a complete psycho," whined Kain. How do you do it, Kain?" asked Malik. "How do I do what?" asked Kain, confused. "When was the last time you had any action?" asked Malik. "The last woman who graced my bedchambers was Adeline, but unlike you, I am used to dry spells, and I do not need to be mating on a weekly basis to feel alive. I have other hobbies," said Kain. "When was the last time you felt alive in the bedchambers?" asked Malik. "Why do you want to know?" asked Kain, feeling uncomfortable about the subject matter. "I am bored." "Humor me, Kain," insisted Malik. Kain was thoughtful. As much as he loved Eugenia, sleeping with her had always been a source of stress. Nothing he did was ever good enough for her, and things became doubly stressful when Santiago came into the picture, and Eugenia no longer had the patience to train Kain, so instead she sought the attentions of her childhood friend, and she ended up liking him too much that she discarded Kain like a wordless rag doll, and at least this is how Kain interpreted the chain of events that led to Eugenia breaking up with him. Whether I feel alive or not in the bedchambers is not important to me, said Kain. I don't know, Malik. It is just that I don't remember. You remember the last time you had that awesome dessert. You remember the last time you fought a boss battle that made your blood pump. You remember the last time you arrested a violent criminal. Why is it so difficult for you to answer such a simple question? Asked Malik. I don't know, Malik. They all sort of feel the same, explained Kain. I remember the first time I slept with Carina, and it was my first time too. Everyone remembers their first time. So Carina was your first time too, said Malik, laughing bitterly, and he added, smiling sadly. She knew a lot of tricks for a so-called virgin. Wasn't it amazing? It was over in a flash, and she tried to get me inspired again, but I wasn't able to rise to the equation as quickly as she desired. And when she got frustrated with me, she feigned sleepiness, and the following morning she told me that she still had feelings for you, and that was the end of our affair, and she has been coming and going these past 5 years, and I did have a few official girlfriends before Eugenia, but they didn't stay long enough to leave an impression, said Kain. Hearing that it had been awful somehow made Malik feel better about his miserable existence. Malik ended his call when he got to the end of the line, and Kain regretted being too honest. The last time he had fun mating with a maiden was on his first date with Eugenia. Both had been drunk and they had decided to go swimming at night in shark-infested waters. And he had enjoyed Eugenia a lot that night, and perhaps his problem in the bedchambers came from his over-analytical nature. He thought too much, and instead of allowing himself to enjoy the experience, and even now he was thinking too much. None of his partners ever cared about what he liked, and yet they all had the goal to accuse him of not being passionate enough in the relationship. Only Eugenia had bothered to ask. Only with Eugenia had he been able to openly speak about his preferences. He wasn't a demanding taskmaster. All he ever asked of Eugenia was to take things slower, to savor every second they were together. He wanted Eugenia to make him feel loved, while Eugenia wanted Kain to make her feel alive. I am starting to understand why Eugenia left me, Tybalt, said Kain. Tybalt turned his head before meowing. Meow. I wanted for her something she couldn't give me, said Kain, sighing. Try as she might, she wasn't able to fall in love with me. Ha ha ha, what am I saying? Oh, Eugenia never had the intention of falling in love with me. You knew this from day one, and yet you were stupid enough to fall in love with her. You are so stupid, Kain, so stupid. Meow, said Tybalt, agreeing with Kain. I suppose there are some things that cannot be helped. The hard ones were the hard ones, said Kain, sighing. Kain returned to the guest house, and he had the pets fed and installed, and he swam laps around the pool. And he took the pets for their last walk of the day, and at night, instead of cooking, he ordered a pizza. The pizza took 2 hours to arrive, and just when he was thinking of canceling the order, he heard a knocking on the door. I am sorry for taking so long to deliver your pizza. As an apology, you get to keep it for free, said the delivery man. I wasn't aware that the Pizza Hut was doing that promo, said Kain. It is a Christmas thing, said the delivery man. If I accept the free pizza, will they deduct it from your salary? Asked Kain. I'm not here to chat. Will you accept this free pizza or not? Asked the delivery man, pushing the pizza box towards Kain's hand. Kain accepted the pizza before saying, this pizza came with a soda. Fuck me, I forgot the soda, said the delivery man. Don't worry about it. I have soda here, said Kain, taking out the money. Here's what I owe you, plus a little tip. Merry Christmas. The delivery man accepted the money before saying, yes, Merry Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas. The delivery man left Kain's doorstep, and as soon as he was out of sight, he was out of Kain's mind. He opened the pizza, and he frowned when he saw the excess of grease. And he used a paper towel to soak up the excess, and once it was nice and clean, he placed the pizza in the oven to reheat it. The scent of the pepperoni lured Tybalt to the kitchen. He started meowing until he got a slice of pepperoni. Tybalt smelled it and licked it before losing interest. Since the cat had slobbered over the pepperoni, Kain no longer wanted it, and he offered the piece of pepperoni to Marmalade, and she licked it with gusto before begging for more scraps. Kain heard a scratching and whimpering sound by the garden sliding door. Coco and her sisters too wanted pizza, and since it was Christmas